What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Reddit reaction, both my favorite and least favorite video series on the channel, to be completely honest. It's good fun, but man, there's some shit on Reddit, I won't lie. Today, as you can see, we're looking through the regular r/Battlefield. I think I'm going to do it sort of alternating between this one and then Battlefield 2042, because 2042 is way more toxic. This one does at least have some more memes on it, so I'm going to kind of alternate, because some of the toxic stuff, it's still like valid points that they're making, so it's always a good discussion. I'm going to go, essentially switch back and forth every month, but this month we're going to be doing the top post for the month on r/Battlefield. Now, just quickly before we get into the video, I've got to give a shout out to my sponsors in Glitch Energy. I've been drinking Glitch now for about 8 months, maybe 9 months now, and they actually just released a brand new flavor called Predator. Now, this is inspired by Imperial Hell, which if you guys don't know, he's the #1 earning Apex Legends player. He's essentially the best player in the world, and he is also partnered with Glitch. So this flavor is actually influenced by Imperial Hell, and this is a kiwi strawberry flavor. It is absolutely goated. I think this is already my second favorite flavor out of their whole lineup. They've got like 30 odd flavors, so they've absolutely nailed it with this one. If you guys want to go and check some out for yourself, you can head to glitchenergy.com, and if you use code Sammy, you can get 25% off. That not only helps me out, but it also gives you guys a solid discount as well. But with that being said, let's get stuck into the Reddit reactions. So we're going to go to the top posts of this month, which we're nearly at the end of the month, so this will be most of Feb and then the end of January as well. So the first thing, this is exactly what I was expecting. This is from 7 days ago. This is about the refund for Battlefield petition. I have some thoughts on this one, to be completely honest. I do understand people wanting to get a refund, and I think that's fair enough. I think if you've got a certain amount of, if you've only played an hour, then you should be able to get a refund, to be completely honest. But this petition in particular, it is, it's kind of dumb, if I'm going to be honest, because I would love to know the percentage of the people who are signing this petition who have actually played or even own Battlefield 2042. If I was going to make a guess, I would honestly guess that like at least 100,000 have not even bought the game. It's just one of those things where it starts, getting a bit of noise in the gaming community, and then people like to jump on. It was the same type of thing with like Cyberpunk. So many people didn't buy it, but they just shat on it because it was, it launched rough, and it's the same thing with this game. So I think for the people who actually own the game and want a refund, I think to a certain extent, depending, if you've played 100 hours, maybe you probably don't, deserve a refund because you've played 100 hours. But I do completely agree with people wanting a refund if they've actually got it. But this petition, in my opinion, is absolutely dumb. And the whole thing with like he said, once we get 50,000, there's like a class action lawsuit lawyer who is going to jump on board and like essentially try and sue EA. It got to 50,000, then he was like, if we get to 100,000, I'll ask the guy. So it's obviously a little bit dodgy. It's probably set up by someone who doesn't even own the game. So yeah, I'm all for people getting refunds. It is a very messy game, but the actual petition itself is dumb as dog shit, in my opinion. I've got DICE 10 seconds. Oh, Jesus, what's this gonna be? What the hell? I'm more confused. Like, that's a good meme, but I'm also confused what the fuck they're actually doing in real life. What the hell? That's not a bad meme though at all, to be honest. That does feel a little bit like, that almost feels like the beta to me. That's like the time between the beta and the full launch. We've got a Battlefield 4 clip here. What's this gonna be? Oh no, what's he done here? Oh, he's gonna yeah. But he's gonna run over him, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, instant karma, champ. That's what you fucking get. Everything reminds me of her. What the fuck is this? That's sick. No way. The Battlefield theme. Oh man, that's good. I don't mind that one. Okay, so this one, I was expecting this one to come up sooner, to be honest. For those who missed it, there was this whole thing with, I think it was Freeman who said it. Who he essentially said that he's not going to respond to stuff on Reddit anymore. And for some reason, Reddit and just the entire internet, as they do, took that as they're not reading Reddit for like feedback. And that wasn't at all what he said. He literally said in the same tweet, like, we're still looking at it every day. We're still taking feedback. we're not responding to it because anytime any of them say anything on Reddit, and this is exactly why I don't check Reddit because it's so toxic, he essentially said that anytime any dev or anyone who works at DICE responds on Reddit, they just get absolutely torn to shreds, which that does not surprise me at all. And a lot of it is probably genuine criticism, but there's a lot of it that's just, you see stuff of like people telling them to kill themselves and stuff. So the fact that they're still reading it and not responding, I don't think that matters, to be completely honest. They're not really responding anywhere at the moment. That's my issue, is that they're not really like, there's no constant like communication or like, you know, they've talked about the feedback loop that they were introducing. They haven't really done anything in terms of like talking back and forth with the community, and it's not just Reddit, it's kind of everywhere. So that is kind of frustrating, but to be completely honest, the way that Reddit acts and reacts to stuff like that, I think it's actually fair enough that they don't bother replying on there. That's not saying they don't listen. They said that they're still reading through it and all that kind of thing. So if they're going to read it, as long as they do read it, if they don't, you know, if they stop reading it, that's an issue. But I think as long as they read it and don't respond, I don't think that makes a difference, to be honest. POV, it's a Sunday evening in 2017 and you're idle on the Battlefield 1 menu. Oh, jeez. This is a throwback. That monkey has found inner peace. What the hell? What a soundtrack that was, though. Probably, I think it's my favourite soundtrack of all of them. Battlefield 5 was really good, but I think Battlefield 1 for me is easily the best. This monkey is fucking loving it. Look at him. That is actual inner peace that monkey has found right there. Is that real? Is this a real video? Like, obviously it's not listening to Battlefield music, but like, what the fuck? Why is that monkey just listening to music? It's so weird. Now, this is another one. There was 3 things I knew were going to be talked about on the sub this month. This is another one. According to the community, EA blamed Halo for their failure. I don't know how anyone took the quote. If you've read the full quote, I don't know how anyone took that as them blaming it. It was something along the lines. In fact, I'll actually just go and get it right now. So this right here is the actual quote. And it says, "We launched in early access on a Thursday night in the US and Friday morning and afternoon in Europe and Asia. The game was stable. The mean time between failure in hours of the game," I don't even know what that sentence says, was in the green by industry standards. I guess that means it launched like in a decent enough state, essentially what they're saying. "And the early critical reception was good," which I do agree with that. On the first couple of days, I remember the first stream I did, I tweeted afterwards saying, I think this is the most stable launch of a Battlefield I've ever seen. Because in that first session, I streamed for 5 hours, no issues at all the gunplay was perfect and stuff like that. And even when it comes to something like the bloom, I know you guys will know that the bloom in the game early on, it was busted. It wasn't like that initially. So I do think like, it launched well and somehow it went to shit in the next few days, which is essentially what they said here. The day-to-day player retention looked strong through the weekend, but then things started to turn. And I had kind of the same like feeling. Like the first weekend I was like, damn, this is going really well. And then it just wasn't. And I don't know if that was to do with us maybe getting more time with the game and we realized like, oh shit, it's a little bit busted. Or if something actually switched, like the amount of people on the servers kind of messed things up. I'm not really sure what happened, but I do completely agree with that it felt good at launch. Even the people in the community who were really negative and still are really negative, even they were, you know, not all of them, but the majority of them were still saying like, oh, this is really good at launch. And then yeah, within a few days it kind of turned. So none of what she said there is, you know, unrealistic. And then she goes on to say, "The following Monday, Halo did a surprise release of their multiplayer mode. It was a small segment of the game, but it was very polished, and it was not a favourable comparison to our experience given some of the bugs and polish issues that we had." So I read that last sentence as like, our game wasn't doing well, and then Halo launched, and that showed us and the community that our game was busted. They're even like praising Halo, saying it was very polished, like that's a compliment, that's not blaming them. They're pretty much saying our game was kind of busted, and when Halo came out, like we realized like, oh shit, this is not where it should be, because Halo is a very polished game. So I don't personally see how anyone takes that as them blaming it. For me, it's more like admitting fault, like kind of saying, oh, our game was busted, and Halo kind of reinforced that. You know, seeing a polished game a few days later made us realize like, oh shit, you know, it says given some of the bugs and polish issues that we had. So I personally don't see how anyone took that as them blaming them, and like, you know, to be fair, that is a pretty funny meme actually, but it became this big thing in the community, and yeah, I personally don't see how that was them blaming it. Maybe I'm just looking at it the wrong way, so correct me, like let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. Maybe I'm just, you know, typical Sammy being a shill, because apparently if you like something you're a shill these days, but I don't see it as them blaming them, but maybe I'm reading it the wrong way. So definitely leave a comment down below, let me know, you know, your take on it, because maybe I'm just being an idiot, I don't know. But to me, that was a weird couple of days where everyone was like saying that they blamed Halo, and I read the thing and I was like, what? That to me seems like they're praising Halo and saying we fucked up kind of thing. So I don't know, definitely a weird little situation there. Do you see the pattern? Good launch for Bad Company 2, bad launch for Battlefield 3, terrible launch for Battlefield 4, good launch for Battlefield 1, bad launch for Battlefield 5, terrible launch for 2042. Good launch for that. I think that's trying to say it could be Bad Company 3. I hope that's the case, man. I would love Bad Company 3. And I would like this to be true. I would very much like this to be true. But from here down, it should always just say good launch. Hopefully that's what happens. But let's be honest, that's probably not going to be the case. But if going by history, hopefully the next one launches a bit better. But anyway, guys, I think that is going to do it for this Reddit reaction. Definitely a more of a, you know, there's a lot more memes and stuff on this one. Some good discussion points as well. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on those, like the key talking points that I had throughout the video. Stuff like the Halo stuff and all that kind of thing. Let me know your thoughts, because, you know, it's always fun to discuss that type of thing, and I like getting, you know, different opinions, because there's times when I'll be dead set on an opinion. I'm a very opinionated person, and then I'll read, you know, a bunch of other opinions from other people, and it kind of opens your mind and goes, oh, you know, I was probably wrong on that. So definitely leave your thoughts on all of that stuff. And yeah, we'll be back same time next month, venturing into the 2042 subreddit again. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you out there on the battlefield. Peace.